Yeah, welcome to the structural analysis to video lecture. So in this video lecture I am going to explain the analysis of continuous beam using Canis method. So in the previous video I have explained you clearly in two parts because the problem writing the problem is too lengthy. So I explained it in two parts. You can see the video which is used by whiteboard, and here coming to this problem, this is a different typical problem. So here when we see there is a continuous beam ABCD which spans AB, BC and CD. So the moment of inertia of AB is 1.5 I and the moment of inertia of BC is I, and for CD it is 2I. So what is this moment of inertia going to make difference in this problem? So this we have this 1.5 I and 2I, these three must be kept aware by the students while solving the problem. So we have a load of 60 kilonewton acting at 4 meters from A and a UDL of 20 kilonewton, and also here we have a 30 kilonewton center point load in the span CD. Yes, the first step we have to do is we have to find the fixed end moments. So for finding fixed end moments, we have formulas which is already studied under structural analysis 1 while doing the slope deflection method. So span AB has an eccentrical load here like 60, and the distance A is 4 and distance B is 2. So while solving from MFAB, we have minus WAB square by L square as the formula. So the result will be minus 26.67 kilonewton meter. And MFBA, this formula is WA square B by L square, and this is what the numerical substitution in W, A, B and L accordingly, and we get the result as 53.33 kilonewton into meter. So be aware of these units. This is kilonewton meter and it is not kilonewton per meter. And next, coming to span BC, for the span BC we have as this is a UDL in the beginning of the session we have seen. So this is a UDL of UDL of 20 kilonewton per meter. So the units of UDL will be kilonewton per meter, whereas the units of moment, the M indicates here M indicates moment, and the unit of a moment will be kilonewton into meter, right? Next, so if we find MFBC, the formula will be WL square by 12. So substituting these values we get minus 15 kilonewton meter. Similarly, MFCB is also 15 kilonewton into meter. Fine. Next, coming to the third and last span here, that is span CD. So MFCD is equal to minus WL by 8 because it is a center load acting. So this is a basic formula, and the answers are 30 and 30 accordingly. So the next step after finding the fixed end moment, this is the first step, that is fixing fixed end moments finding, and the next step we have the main important aspect in Canis method is the rotation factor. So the rotation factor, the formula we have is minus 1 by 2 into K by sigma K into K by sigma K. So what is K and sigma K? These are nothing but which we are going to find in the tabular form here. So that to find the rotation factor, one has to complete this tabular form like joints BA, BC and C, CB, CD. These are the joints and the members. So K value will be 4E I by L. Generally, instead of I, we have 1.5 I as the given moment of inertia, which is already discussed in the very start of the class. So here for PC it is I, yes, for CB or BC it is I, whereas for CD it is 2I. Fine. So substituting I and replacing I with a given moment of inertia, we get the k values as EI. This is 4EI by 3. This is also 4EI by 3, and this is 4. This is also EI. So what is this summation k is nothing but EI plus 4EI by 3. If we add these two, we get 2.33 EI. In the same manner, this is also EI and this is 4EI by 2. If we add these two, we get 2.33 EI. This is what, and this is RF. So how we get RF? Just now I have told RF is equal to minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 into k by sigma k. This is what we get, right? By using this rotation factor, we will find we will get 0.214 and minus 0.286 and minus 0.286 and also minus 0.214. So in the above table, we have calculated the rotation factors of joint B and joint C. So the next step is we have to calculate the rotation contributions, that is RC. So this is the third important step that is going to be done by using Canis method. Yes, next we have to find rotation contributions. So calculating the rotation contributions, so here we have to draw a square box at each joint. So let us suppose this is A and B and also C and D. So at joint B we have to draw a box like this, that is a square box, and also one more square. Inside square we have to draw one more rectangle or square as per the requirement, and also here like this. So what is the importance and what is the necessity of drawing that is, so the value 0.214, these rotation factor values which we have got, that we have to write like this. So for B, when you look at the table here again, for B RF values we have as 0.214 here and minus 0.286 here. When you look here, so I am writing these values here like this, minus 0.214 and minus 0.286. Here I am writing again, these are the values which I have calculated just now, that is minus 0.286 and minus 0.214. So minus 26.67, 53.33, minus 15, 15, minus 30 and 30. These are the fixed end moments which I have calculated early, right? These values I am writing here. And what is there in this box, inside this box? 38.33. How did we get 38.33? This is the question, and from this the calculation starts. And also minus 15. How did we get these two values? So that is the important question which we have to calculate or no. Yes, I have written here. So for joint B, that 38.33 is nothing but, this 38.33 is nothing but, it is the summation of fixed end moments of MFEB. That is, at joint B we have 53.33 here and minus 15 here, 53.33 and minus 15 here, right? If we add these two, we get 38.33. Similarly, if we add 15 and minus 30, we get minus 15. These values we have to write in the inside box. Next, now rotation contributions are found out. How we are finding it? At joint B, so I am writing for your students' sake as this column, this row as rotation contribution 1, this is rotation contribution 2, this is rotation contribution 3, and this is rotation contribution 4. So what is the importance of doing these many contributions or these many times or these many iterations? Because when we do on keeping on going iterations, there will be a one step where there will not be any difference between two rows. That is, when you look at here, minus 9.92 and this is minus 9.93, and here we have minus 13.26 and here we have minus 13.27 and 8.08, 8.09, 6.04 and 6.04. So when you have a difference of these four numbers with these numbers, moments, rotation contributions. So we have the difference as 0.01 and 0.01 here, in the same manner 0.01 and 0.01. So that is considered as a negligible value, and we can consider this 4 highlighted rotation contributions for calculating the final moments. So that is the case. So how to find these values in RC1, RC2, RC3 and RC4? Already in the previous videos it was explained, and again now I'll explain you again. So to find M bar BA, before knowing this, let's have a diagram here, or you can see the diagram which is already shown. So I'll show you once again. Yes, so what we have to find is M bar BA and M dash BA and M dash BC. Next M dash CB and M dash CD. This is what we are going to find. This is 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So this is what we are going to find. So how to calculate M bar BA and M bar BC first? M bar BA and M bar BC. So we have the formula M bar BA is equal to RF rotation factor into sum of fixed end moments at joint B plus sum of rotation contributions from far end. So when we look at here, in rotation contribution, that is RC1, we have minus 0.214 and into 38.33. How many? That is RF into sum of fixed end moments at joint B. And now we have 38.33 here. What is 38.33? That is, what you have to do is minus 0.214 into 38.33. There are no far end contributions here, so we are writing it as 0, right, here in this first step. In the same manner, the second step also, minus 0.286. So where what is minus 0.286? Here we can see minus 0.286 into same 38.33 plus 0 as foreign contribution. So these two values, 8.20 minus and minus 10.96, are the values that we are going to get. Next, finding for joint C. This is the same formula used for joint C, but we have rotation contributions from far end. So what are the rotation contributions from far end is that we can consider minus 10.96 as one of the contribution for joint C. Okay, right. So for M bar CB, we have minus 0.286 as the value, as rotation factor value, and minus 15 as is the sum of the moments, and minus 10.96 as far end moment, that we get minus 7.43, and here we get 5.56. So in this manner, so we have to write the values of M bar BA, BC, M bar CB and M bar CD in the first row. That is, just for reference I am using RC1, no need to write in the examination as RC1. So here after writing that, the first cycle will be completed. So the first cycle has the values of minus 8.20, minus 10.96, 7.43 and 5.56. Just keep in mind the value 7.43 where it is used. So coming to the second cycle here, so the far end contribution of BC is 7.43. So the far end contribution of BC is 7.43. So for finding M bar BA, 0.214 is the rotation factor, 38.33 is the summation of all the moments, and in the first step we have taken this as 0, but here we have to take it as 7.43 and calculate. So this is important in this Canis method. Similarly, when going to joint C, we have to take this value as far end contribution, this minus 13.09 as far end contribution here and right. So this is a small logic in the Canis method. Students must be aware of using this far end contribution so that the problem solved will be very easy. So in this manner the second cycle is also completed and we have to write these values. So coming to third cycle, again we are writing like this, that the 8.03 is the value which we got in the second cycle. We are using it here for third cycle. This is 8.03 again like this. Okay, this 13.26 minus 13.26 is used here again. So this is a small logic in the Canis method. Similarly, fourth cycle is also done. I haven't made any calculations. So third cycle and fourth cycle doesn't have much difference. So that we are finalizing the fourth cycle of the movements. So now the fixed end movement we are writing. So final movement calculations is done by using this tabular column. So for that we already know the formula, that the sum of the fixed end moments plus 2 times near end contribution plus 1 time far end contribution gives the total final moments. So for A we have minus 26.67 and these are the values which we got by calculating the fixed end moments. So near end contribution for joint A, at joint A there is no movement developed because at joint A it is fixed, so that there will be no end contribution, mainly movement, because this is movement, this will be also movement and these are all movements only. So there is no movement developed, and this is 9.93 which we have calculated, and here we have 13.27, this is near end contribution, and 8.09 also we have, this is what we have done in the last, and this is 6.05. So what are these values? Clearly explaining once again. So these values 9.93, 13.27, 8.09, 6.05, these are the rotation contributions which are near to the joint. Fine. So and far end contribution at A, if you stand at A, the first thing we see is 9.93 value. So that minus 9.93 value is taken as it is like a far end contribution, and for this when you look at from B, the farthest point is A. So there is 0 for the far near end contribution here, this is like cross mark here 0. In the same manner this will be the far end for this, and 13.27 will be far end for this, and the same manner here. So if we sum up all these values, minus 26.267 plus 2 into 0 minus 9.93 gives minus 36.60, and 53.33 minus 2 into 9.33 plus 0 gives this 33.74. In this way these all final moments are solved and the problem gets completed by using Canis method. So the Canis method is very simple, and once we start solving it, it is very easy to understand. Thank you for listening to this video.